So this is the road that led to the old children's unit, or the children's building. I think it was 2-3 stories. Now it's blockaded off and it's a field. And I'll take you down here on the grounds of one of the other haunted hotspots. We'll go through this area. There was actually a morgue here in this building. It was located in this field. Obviously now it's been leveled and torn down, made into a public field for frisbee golf and other things. But it was around this area. So there was a basement with a morgue, like I said, and there was a children's unit and some other units in that building. And this is kind of the general area of where that was. And right over here, you can see the playground. And I believe that this is the playground that the children would play on from the children's unit.
So there was a nurse over on Children's, in the old Children's building. And it was a cool building, old building, but a cool building. But anyway, on the second floor, she was coming down the stairs, and she could hear, as she walked, she heard something, so she turned, like I'm turning, and could hear something behind her, like somebody was, behind her. She looked, there was nobody there. And it was kind of like a few stairs, and then a platform, and then a few stairs and a platform. But it was only big enough for like a person and a half. It was, and the old 60 style, 50, 60 style, the green tile was on the steps. That's what the steps look like. But anyway, she's coming down. She could hear something behind her. She'd stop. She'd start going. She went a little faster. It went a little faster. And then she came down the doors to the first floor. And of course, nothing followed her. Nothing was behind her. But when she came down, she walked a little bit to go to the vending machine. And she looked down the hall. It was kind of a T-shaped. She looked down the hall and she could see these two women. She actually just saw the one woman first, in an old style dress with the lace up on her neck and down on her wrists, and a long gown. Anyway, and she was like telling her, like, come here, but with her hand, no voice. And she just kind of thought, okay, that's kind of weird. So she looked down the other hall and could see these big figures, two big figures and something in the middle, or maybe three big figures, but I can't remember. But anyway, they start coming up the hall, and kind of fast, and then she looks back down the hall and seen the lady still there, but there was another lady next to her, crouched down, like kind of in a hiding position. And that lady was still telling her, with motion, to come here. And then looked back down the other hall, and it was coming, those figures were coming pretty quick. So she went out the double doors. There's like the double doors, and then a little area, and then double doors. I think they called it a vestibula or something like that. She went out the first doors, and just as she hit the second doors, the first doors just kind of went like a boom and vibrated, like a bouncy motion, if that makes sense. Anyway, and like nothing came out, but she never went back to that unit. I know there was staff that used to say that there was an old man that would come to the window, to the children's unit. To get into the door, it was just a door with a little window out of it, so you could look in or look out. But this man would come to the door, look in, but never say anything. And they would say, like, "Are you coming in?" Then when they go to the door, then he would be gone. They'd call security, and security never found him. What else would say? There was a lot of staff that wouldn't go down the halls to the other building, or to the other, in the hallways where the administration for the youth was. The third floor was the dental, the doctor that they would have on call, not on call. They would come and during the week, and do that kind of stuff with the patients. The first floor was the old morgue, and that was medical records, which obviously they tore it down, so that building's gone. There used to be a lady that they say could sing. She had a beautiful voice. I never heard her, but supposedly you could hear her in the early mornings. Like I said, I never heard her or seen her. And then there was supposed to be a little girl on the children's unit. Staff said they've seen her walk into a room that was locked, and then when you go there would be nothing there, just a locked room. Again, I'd never seen that. I looked, but I never seen anything.